What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as Silent Fan 85. Welcome to my first watch along. Hopefully this goes pretty well. But we're going to be watching Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, and hopefully you enjoy it. And a couple of notes before we get started. I'll give you a time. I've never done one of these, so I'm a little weird at it. But let's go ahead and jump into it. This will be the movie. The runtime's about an hour and a half, give or take. We're going to hang out. I'm going to kind of talk back and forth. I obviously can't show the video due to copyright, but I kind of got this guy popped up right here. So a little something for me to stare at, I guess, video-wise, layout, and hopefully it goes well. So if you're watching, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I love this movie. There's not really going to be any audio, so it's going to be kind of weird for those not watching with the movie, but we're currently at the DC logo intro. I love this intro. I'm a big, I'm a member of DC Universe and both the website and online. Although I haven't played online in a long time. Really, really cool. Accept the things you cannot change. Have the courage to change the things you can, and have the wisdom to know the difference. So, this is actually a throwback to the Flashpoint paradox, um, with Barry Allen, his mother, telling him that. So it's kind of cool. I messed up. I'm currently live streaming. This is interesting. I meant to hit record, but hey, here we are. Give me a minute. I love this. I love it's Constantine and Zatanna, man. I love it. It's fantastic. Oh, hit the wrong one. I'm all over the place here. Okay, now we're inside Justice League hangar. This is going to be a really kind of messed up watch along, but I mean that's a lot of death. That is a lot of death. It's funny. Everybody wants to try to negotiate with Darkseid, but Superman doesn't. I mean, he's gotten a taste of Darkseid's power. He knows that there's no negotiating with Darkseid. There's no way. Superman, he's power bent on stopping Darkseid, but little does he know. I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, Cyborg is made of mother box technology, which comes from Apokolips. You would think that they would be aware, at least Batman would, that he's going to be a spy of sorts. He may not even be able to control certain things. A Manchurian candidate, if you will, in a way. There's the booyah. Yep. Hey, Florence. Sorry, this was totally unexpected, so bear with me. Oh, they're not just parademons. Could say Doom. I mean, that's scary as hell, man. A doomsday, like, light. Not just that, but multiple doomsday. Scary. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this in Discord too, so bear with me. We're going to be here for it's about an hour and a half runtime. Okay. We're currently in the theater room in Discord too, so I'm not going to have anybody on stream. Some folks might pop in, you guys might hear it, but I've got the sound turned off on the computer, so if you're watching on the stream, you can currently watch in Discord with me. You just go into the theater room. Yeah, well, I meant to hit record, but I think subconsciously I hit stream, so he's such a great Constantine. I love it. He's just chugging alcohol left to right, man. It's crazy. That's a really... I actually love what they did with this Clark Kent. Oh, snap. So, regular parademons. Ah, poor Raven. You know, some of us deal with our father's voice in our head. Raven, literally. It's gotta suck, though, to be Superman and not be able to respond like he would. I mean, this guy's used to being a powerhouse. Like, nothing can stop him. Of course, there's Etrigan. He's so plastered, he doesn't even care. I mean, that sucks. And there's Trigon. Trigon's her more interesting conscience. Damn. You're watching along, we're at about 13 minutes in. I mean, Constantine's got a heavy conscience, man. He always has. He's got a scarred soul. Soul to be claimed, even. I just love Etrigan's attitude in this. It's fantastic. In Justice League Dark, the first one before this one, Etrigan lost his other half. There were two souls bound by a curse. Hundreds of years old. It'd be like losing a conjoined twin. I mean, these guys were in each other's heads, literally. And this is where they realized Darkseid was watching. God. Oh, brutal. Mm. This is like Injustice 2 level of brutal. I mean, golly. Batman trying, but I mean, hell, if Superman and Wonder Woman aren't doing anything, Batman's. Oh, man. Oh. Batman literally had his blood replaced with kryptonite. Mm. Okay. So this is messed up. I mean, done. Of course, you can see Apokolips here. You know, the funny thing about John Constantine in this movie is that he really is the premier character. I love what they did and how they surfaced it around him. Um, because he's a part of the greater whole. You know, he's really being introduced in a better way into the cinematic ethos. He plays a big part in the comics, but and it's only been in the last few years that they really kind of made him a spotlight character, and it's just really, really awesome. This was surprising. Darkseid's not just going after Earth; he's literally going after everywhere. I mean, he's even going after Oa. That takes balls. Earth is one thing, but Oa? Oh, man. Luthor's selfish as hell. Pretty sure Lex Luthor has a bigger ego than Darkseid. The guy who does Darkseid's voice, he plays on a few movies. Kind of an old school actor, like late 90s, early 90s. The only thing I remember him from is The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. He played in a few more things too, but I can't remember his name. Let me look it up real quick. Tony Todd. That's his name. Tony Todd. He's been on The Flash, the TV show. He played in Transformers Prime. He's apparently on Twitter. A really, really cool guy. Jason O'Mara is in this. Rebecca Ramjan. Rosario Dawson. Camilla Leddington. Lara Croft. Stuart Allen. Matt Ryan, obviously. Lex really, he has been brought down a few notches in this movie. He's become a groveling dog. Of course, they worked the into this. I mean, it's Batman, for crying out loud. The crazy thing is, Batman's chair, which Darkseid gave to him when he enslaved him, it's very similar to another chair that I want to say he was the Watcher. He's the one that watches between the ticks and talks, as he put it, I think, one time. I don't know a whole lot about that character, but I remember seeing him in the Justice League animated series, Justice League Unlimited. Patrick gets so bored. Superman is the weakest link here. And you. Etrigan's the real powerhouse, though. She's got spirit. You got to give her that. I love this. I love that Damian has a big ass dog. It's a bit of a throwback to Batman Beyond because of Bruce's pet dog in that series. I forget his name. But Damian's changed here too. With the events of everything that's happened, he's Damian's a little more curbed. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. course, Etrigan's starting to continually break free. I mean, not only is Etrigan, or not Etrigan, Trigon a necessary part of the story in this movie, but he does serve as a bit of a gate for Raven, because if she wasn't being inhibited here by him, she really could turn the tide really early. So it's necessary to the plot, in my opinion, for her to be curbed, for her powers to be dampened, or to be handicapped, as it were. She's obviously very suffering too, but we're at about the 25-minute, just hit the 26-minute mark. Hey, Ernie, good to see you. We're doing a watch along for Apokolips War. Oh, I really like him. Ernie, if you'd like to, you can chill with us in Discord. We're in the theater room. Ah, dude, see, there's Starfire. That killed me. Well, killed her too, obviously. But seeing Starfire down on the ground like that is brutal. And there's Nightwing coming in. Ugh. Man. I didn't like seeing that. Hey, Nightwing, buddy, how you doing? Oh, and that, gentleman, is what you get from the Lazarus Pit. Oh, hey, congratulations on your graduation. It's a tongue tire. No, you grossly underestimate your father. Amen. That's another great connection between him and Raven. Father issues. And not just any fathers either. I mean, like powerhouses in the DC universe. Okay. I love this. Because we're expecting to see a pretty epic showdown. Oh, man. Obviously, keeping Trigon in control takes a serious taxing on her body. I mean, because she's fighting so hard to keep him in check. And in this corner, we have Harley Quinn. In the other corner, Lois Lane. Captain Boomerang and Constantine. This exchange coming up is fantastic. This is really about the only time in any animated movie I can think of or series that you see Lois Lane really kick ass. I mean, she's a kick-ass character, but you literally don't get to hear her kick a lot of ass. But you are here. It's amazing. And especially against Harley Quinn. Classic Harley. And of course, what's really cool about most of this is that you see a lot of the Suicide Squad in this. It's hitting on it left and right. Multitude. You gotta give it to her. Harley's a great motivational speaker. Aww. This is a little creepy. Not Harley. Oh, I mean, seriously, how does that even work? How do you date a shark like that? Like, does that mean John Constantine is bisexual? Because King Shark is a guy, as far as to my understanding. Merry band of suicidals. Sell to the poor. Somehow I see a drunken time between Harley Quinn and Lois Lane getting pretty interesting. Wink. And we just hit the 34-minute mark. Cheetah doesn't have any lines in this, which is unfortunate. I always like Cheetah. But this is a really cool moment. This is, I mean, she's about to off herself, and then Superman comes in, tortured, damn near dying. What a save, man. Play of the game, even. That is so touching. And Damien is somebody she really needs. I mean, these two are connected. And he admits it. I mean, let's be honest. What father doesn't want to kill the guy dating their daughter? In my experience, I've had about 3 of them that wanted to, kill off old Silent. True story. So obviously he's terraforming Earth. Yep. No, I'm sorry. He's not terraforming. He's transferring. He's transferring Earth's lava, its energy at its core, to his planet. I do love that Paradooms. You can't exactly say Paradumans, Parademons, but Paradooms works. And see, now here's the thing, because they're not taking on Darkseid directly. They're actually hoping to avoid him at all costs, and they want to destroy his home planet. Much easier to do than taking on Darkseid himself. It's brutal seeing Oa. Oh, man. Damien's speaking his mind. I mean, Clark just looks so badass with that beard and those eyes, man. Such a great character design. Etrigan with the rally cry. Uh, I mean, life lesson: if Harley Quinn is standing on the side of the road, don't stop. Although it'd be very tempting because it's Harley Quinn, but don't stop. It's obviously an ambush. Aussie going American. We're at the 39-minute, 10-second mark. He's not a bad Darkseid. He's really not. I prefer the Darkseid from the Justice League Unlimited series. That voice is more commanding. Not that he's not, but there's a deeper guttural feeling with the old Darkseid. But then again, hold on. I could be. Let me look this up. Let me see who voiced him. Because I don't want to seem like an idiot here. Michael Ironside did the JLU animated series. That's awesome. So it wasn't this guy. Two different voices. I love this. I did not see this coming, but in Justice League Dark, he played a little bit of a role. So now you have Swamp Thing about to enter stage left. And manipulated. I mean, he's not wrong. Such an epic moment, though. They didn't have a third force, so he manipulated probably one of nature's greatest guardians. It's Cheetah, Damien. Uh. And Shark. Oh, man, that's so brutal. I tell you, man. Classic Harley. Oh, man. You gotta. I just love that it's rated R. She's got a. That's not rage. That's just pure glee of violence. Or ecstasy, excuse me. Joy and ecstasy. She gets off on it. Oh, Shiva. Man, didn't see that coming either. That's the thing about this movie. You can't. It's Game of Thrones. People are gonna die. Yeesh. Of course, Lex mentalities. Everything's a company to be run. Worst team ever. Atcherkin gets his challenge. I mean, that's a pretty awesome Lex suit. Unfortunately, it doesn't last long. Oh. So Raven's obviously slowly losing grip. Her father's really showing through. Well, it's Lex Luthor. He survives. He does what he... Oh, eesh. The whole going after Earth's core, transferring it to Apokolips, totally different than what they did in the animated series. Because in the animated series, Darkseid was invading and he was terraforming the planet. Ah, Shazam with the magic leg. Oh, snap, what happened? Okay, hold on, I think I just lost my movie. Let me get back here. We're at about there it is. The 47-minute, almost at the 48-minute mark. And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember seeing Shazam anymore in the movie. I think he just hit the magic bullet. This was hard. Okay, I really kind of like that Clark is wielding the bit of the old school Lex Luthor suit. Hey, King, how you doing? Good to see you. Take the sword. It's a pretty badass looking blade too. She doesn't say it back, and there's a reason behind that. When she does finally say it to Clark, when she finally says "I love you," it's at a prime moment, and you know she means it. So they save that. Of course, here shortly we see the Furies and the abominations they've become. We're at about the 50-minute 39 mark. 50-minute 40 seconds. All hell dark side. He's just a whipped dog right now. And Oa. Ugh. You see all the lanterns, including Jon Stewart. Gah. He's just randomly firing. Like, what is he destroying? Is it just for the hell of it? Just random eye beams every so often. E. Kilowog. Oh. This is so brutal. Mm. I don't know if a body would burn that quick and char that quick in lava. Maybe a flash lava, but that's crazy. And the way Kilowog was treated, the way Jon Stewart was treated that quick, it just means that in this drama, in this soap opera, they're minimal players compared to Darkseid. Mira. She does look badass, though. John. He can still transform. Ugh. Starfire. And the mightiest of them all, Wonder Woman. Golly. Murdery. Starfire versus Raven. They really couldn't have her fight anybody else because of that Titans leak. Maybe Damien. Maybe Damien's about the only one that makes sense. But I'm pretty sure during a storyboard meeting, they were like, okay, who's going to fight who primarily? Oh. Wonder Woman's still a badass. For now. And he enters a fight. And he's stimulated. I love Etrigan, man. Etrigan's one of the best DC characters. He's right up there with me in the top 5. Along with Booster Gold, Starfire. What's the other two? I listed them out one time during an Injustice 2 stream, but I can't remember. Flash would definitely be one. Not Jay Garrick, but Barry Allen. He bleeds. Ah. He's happy for this end. Etrigan is old. And he rhymed at his last. That's the thing about Etrigan's character throughout most of his run in the DC universe. He's always spoken in rhyme. You didn't see a whole lot of it during this movie at all, but he did it here in the end. This was brilliant. Turning the lasso of truth on Diana. Power moment. Yeah. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps, yo. You can't see it. Goosebumps. Y'all done screwed up. Oh, she's back. Alright. Back to Luthor Tower. He's got kryptonite. He's got kryptonite breast spray. Because of course he does. I mean, what the hell? Like, okay, kryptonite breast spray. Like, what is that? Is that like, did Luthor at some point plan to turn Superman gay and maybe even kiss him? And then he gets the kryptonite in his mouth that weakens him, and then he kills him while he's down. Is that? Suicide Squaddies. Literally. The thing is, I'm pretty sure somewhere in all the comic arcs throughout the years, there is a gay Superman at some point. There's got to be. I don't know for sure, but there might be some inkling towards it. This is. I'm pretty sure this would have been, among other things in this movie, a part of Snyder's universe. And it may be, because as of this recording, as of this stream, in 2021, we get to see Snyder's cut of Justice League. So if they have the cosmic treadmill in it, it'll be a part of the movie, obviously. He's seen a lot of timelines. So basically, what we just learned was that Flashpoint Paradox was the start of all of this. And essentially, DC, is pretty famous for this. They'll use time loops, paradoxes, alternate universes to explain and make certain things happen. Alternate realities, theoreticals, so on and so forth in the comics. And that's exactly what they've done with these animated movies. Oh, dude just bit Doomsday's head off. King Shark's definitely a favorite. Not in my top 10, but definitely a favorite. Boomies. Oh, he literally ripped his spine out. Oh. Eeh. Of course, Raven's getting weaker and weaker. This is where you start to see parts of Trigon that you really didn't get to see in the animated series or in any movies. He is a premier character in this movie, and I love what they did with it. Except for this part. I'm not a fan of this part. Oh, man. We're at 1 hour and 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Ugh. I was really glad for this because I was afraid, because the way this movie has gone, it's been totally unpredictable. But with Cyborg, obviously him being the sourceful, him being controlling and all the furies and everything. But with him not being able to retaliate, he's stuck to the wall. I kind of figured they'd go the route of somebody just cutting his head off instead of, fighting to get him back. So I'm really glad to see that they used a bit of techno magic, which was touched on every so often in the comics, to get him back. Ish. Dude, don't. He doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. Superman is so dense. Ouch. Darkseid's just sitting back, eating popcorn. I was kind of hoping at some point they would have said, like, somebody would have remarked, maybe Constantine, said to Batman, "Oi, Batman, I never saw you becoming Darkseid's bitch." Or something like that. I suck at accents. I mean, essentially he is. He's Darkseid's bitch right now. It's pathetic. But, it's alright. Mm. Gah. Talk about child abuse. I mean, it was a nice try, but this is the dude that trained Damien for the most part. Excuse me, sorry. Ugh. Well, Batman, League of Shadows, trained him. And here's where it hits home. That trauma that makes Batman Batman is so deep and ingrained. Sparks life back into him, literally. Right in the eye, which is very reminiscent to Justice League War. No. Gah. Rated R. That was the last straw she needed. This was a twist. I kind of saw this. You kind of see this coming because it's Constantine and he's always wanting to make a deal of some sort. I mean, just crazy. And then Super Trigon. Here's the thing, though. So his kryptonite blood was replaced with kryptonite, or his krypton blood was replaced with kryptonite. Now his kryptonite blood is replaced with demonic blood. It's a badass design, though. Oh, it's so epic. 4 is better than 2. That cape. Mm. Mm. I can't talk during this. I can't do it. Very rarely in the DC Cinematic Universe, animated or live action, even in the comics, do you get to see Batman teary-eyed. It's usually an outpan shot, or they're kind of zooming out, or it's implied that he's crying. I can't count the deaths in this movie. I can't. Again, I can't talk. Oh. Oh, you shitting me? Uh, and another epic moment. Okay, so we're at the 1 hour and 15-minute mark. We're coming in on the end here, and it's not even over yet. I mean, there's still a lot to happen. God, that's a lot of rage. See. There's an epic moment in the JLU series where you see Superman tell Darkseid. I think it was Darkseid. I think it might have been another enemy. Hey, Riolu. It did, man. I'm sorry. Wow, when did you guys pop in? A few minutes ago. I'm sorry, I've been caught up in the movie. Also proved fire can purify anything. It really did. Zatanna here. Remembrance spell. Compulsion, my bad. Freaking Batman and his planning. This is touching. It's really hard to do these watch-alongs on these movies because I love them so much, and I get so caught up. And I'm trying to keep it entertaining. It's rough to do. This is crazy. Say it. Say it. Yes. Again, two powerful I love you moments. Just like with Lois, they saved it up, paid off. Two powerful moments. Two powerful kisses. Two ladies of magic. Holy shit, he's alive. This is awesome. Personally, very few times have I got to see a purified raven, a white raven. I'm not even sure of the backstory on it in the comics, to be honest. Her white form. My knowledge on that totally lacks. The modified. I love how Constantine worked into this. I seriously do. They made him such a key figure. It's insane. They have the father-son moment. There's these two tussling. It's awesome. Totally canon. She did. Yeah, okay, she did white in the comics. Well, I figured. I just didn't know a whole lot about it, though. And now Trigon comes back into play. There's so many back and forths. There's so many twists. It's so amazing. I can only imagine if they made this live action. I swear, I would lose my shit. But hey, we may get a taste of that in the Snyder Cut in 2021. I don't know. I hope. God, I hope. And Trigon at full power. unless you would fight me for the right to destroy him. He's claimed Darkseid as his territory. Now, this is an epic moment of Trigon throwing down with Darkseid, but here's some of the truth of the matter. Darkseid and Trigon, I don't think Trigon is an avatar. Darkseid is more of an avatar because Darkseid is a higher power that can't come to our plane of existence. It just can't happen. Otherwise, it would destroy the universe. But I think Trigon is Trigon. I think he's a pure demon. He's very, very powerful, but I'm pretty sure in the overall scheme, Darkseid's a lot more powerful. The difference is she died in the books to go white. Oh, I didn't know that. Was it like a moment of sacrifice in the movies? Or in the comics? Better father than Thanos. He's thankful to his daughter for giving him a challenge, for giving him a fight, for freeing him, for giving him something. Excitement. And of course, Trigon's laughing. Some folks might see that whole Trigon Darkseid throwdown and the shift in Trigon's mentality on everything as a detriment to his character, but I like it because he knew the plan. He knew that he was going to get a challenge from one of the new gods, which he greatly welcomed. But I liked it. It worked really well. And we're currently at the 1 hour, 23 minute, 9 second mark. And of course, there's Titan's Tower. Nightwing and Starfire. Oh, man. They're so battered, so modified, so bruised. Batman, of course, in the back alone. And you got the three. Golly. And of course, here, Constantine realizes. It's all about Barry. It's all about Constantine and Barry at this moment. And Constantine being his conscience and telling him, you got to. This back and forth. Basically telling, you got to do it, man. You got to. Look around you. Look at what's happened. The Earth is doomed. Everything's going to burn or freeze. Half your friends are dead. You got to create another flashpoint. And it's not easy on Barry because he knows what it means, and he's the one that's got to live with the memories of all this. But he shoulders it. He does what he has to as a hero. Oh, it's so epic. Run, Barry. I got goosebumps again. This is DC, though. I mean, this is the last 20 or 30 years. This is DC in a nutshell. Some call it a scapegoat. I love it. I love that Flash is such a powerful character. He's such an influencer on the universe itself. At some point, that's got to change. I mean, that's obviously going to get redundant really quick. But kiss between Raven and Damian. Constantine knowing. Constantine knows more than anybody. He's right up there with Barry. He knows what's going to happen. He knows he's about to disappear, you know? Won't be the same John Constantine. And here, everything fades. And that ends a 15-movie arc, pretty much. It's such a fantastic movie. It literally, it's brought a few tears to my eyes during this watch along, but since this is the second time I've seen it, this movie has the fact that it's not live action is a shame. But for people like myself and friends of mine that watch the animated series, this is where it started, and this is where the greatness is. Live action is great, but in the animated movies, they can do so much more. They can tell so much more story without it being filtered and dubbed down. And they get great actors. I mean, Camilla Luddington, Christopher Gorham, Rosario Dawson, Shamar Moore, Jerry O'Connell, Jason O'Mara, Matt Ryan, obviously. Hendon Walsh is Harley Quinn. Rebecca Romijn, who used to be Rebecca Romijn Stamos, played Lois Lane. It's Warner Brothers, man. Warner Brothers and their animation is fantastic. Marvel tries to keep up with the animated, but they can't. With Disney now, if Disney started going into the animated territory with Marvel characters, they would be a powerhouse. But to me, I'm obviously biased, Warner Brothers sets the standard for animation when it comes to American studios. Although they do a lot of overseas work too, and brings it to the US, but DC animated will always conquer in my heart. And this movie is the epitome of that. Because some of the previous movies before this one and this whole thing has been questionable at times. But much like in-game for the DC fan, on my part, this is the in-game and it's far superior. I can't wait to see what they're going to do next. I mean, obviously you had standalone movies like Red Sun, which had nothing to do with this. Red Sun was awesome. There was some I didn't like. I wasn't really a big fan of Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. It was fun, but I didn't really like it a whole lot. But I didn't hate it either. I think it was all right. But this is just such a great ending. It's such a great point to end this arc and carry on with another. I really hope, one thing I really want to see in animated form is the Batman Who Laughs. I need that in my life. Because the Batman Who Laughs arc is so epic and right up there on this level of gore, of intensity. It's insane. It's just crazy. I don't think, was there a stinger? I don't remember seeing a stinger. There was not a stinger. Okay. So anyway, that ends our watch along. It was great. A big shout out to everybody that popped in. Ernie, Riolu, King, Florence for hanging out. We've been hanging out in Discord. I hope you guys enjoy this watch along. The first one I've ever done. Figured I'd give it a shot. It might have been kind of boring for some people, but the point of these is you watch the movie with me. You start at certain points, and that's why I was calling out if we're at the hour mark, 30-minute mark, so on and so forth. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed it. This movie is still at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty fucking fantastic for an animated movie. Especially for a DC movie nowadays, let's be honest. But the animated movies always rock, so but as DC movies in general go, 100% Rotten Tomatoes is still fantastic. I don't really go by Rotten Tomatoes a whole lot, but it's still a standard for some people, so it's kind of cool. But with that said, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day, have a great week. And if you're watching this after the Snyder Cut has come out, hopefully we've seen what we wanted to see, and it's a lot more epic than the theatrical version of Justice League was. Here's hoping. But we'll see as that happens. Anyway, for now, I'll say salute. Remember, you're awesome. Devil at the World 2 was. Big shout out to everybody that hung out. And if you're watching this as a video, again, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you later. Peace.